Hello and welcome, my name is Codename Sparrow and today I'm playing Long Live the Queen. Alright. Yep. Look at a globe of the world, reading names of places so distant you can't remember ever hearing about them, and other areas left blank because no explorer venturing there has ever returned. You read about the western continent, Jiva, where civilization flourished so long ago that the ancestral Novans were still living in caves. No one knows what became of them. The population vanished without a trace, leaving only their enormous stone buildings. In the distant past, Yeveni tribes to the east rode great beasts with spines and tentacles on their heads instead of horses. The bones of these creatures are sometimes found in Lilla and Mead, and their tusks are valuable to crafters. You have unlocked a new outfit. Oh, cool. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. There fell Divinish. Failed falcons. That's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? And I failed my history. I'm supposed to be buffing my history. A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak and spikes on its back. Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such a creature. We would only make it angry and waste more lives. So we just let it eat people. Everyone dies in the end. Oh, now I'm depressed. I don't want to be depressed. Now I'm going to be lonely again. I want to be more willful and angry, so let's go on this. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons, petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. So, scholar's gown. No, I'll still boost my conversation. So yeah, lonely. Oh, but my history is super buffed at the moment. So let's continue doing this. But I need to get my intrigue, dang it! The last two rulers before your mother, Queen Fidelia, were your grandmother, Queen Ladesh, and her father, King Fulbert. Because the Lillians are descended from Yeveni castouts who are officially shunned, the Yeven nomads do not acknowledge that Lilla even exists. They treat their western border as an invisible wall, and Novan emissaries as travellers from an impossibly distant land. Remember that the festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball, there will be dancing, and I haven't buffed my dancing at all, so I'm gonna fail horribly. Fall on my face. As queen, you'll be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, and possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. There is a letter for you as well. It's from Bryony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple of years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Let's talk to Dad. Dad, if this trouble with Ixion started years ago, why didn't Mum fix it? Your mother told the Duke of Marie and the Duchess of Hellas that it was their problem and they should sort it out themselves. Oh. Should I have done that? The situation is different now. Everyone on all sides wishes to see what sort of queen is coming to the throne. Everyone is judging me. Yielding and pressured. Don't think I have the pressured one yet. Ooh. I think pressured is the opposite of lonely, so yes. Still got a penalty to intrigue. So I'm going to buff my history. More. Yep. About 60 years ago, the Duchess of Merva died with no close heirs, and King Filbert claimed the lands for the keeping of the crown. After your mother took the throne, she recreated the duchy and made her brother, your uncle, its duke. About 200 years ago, a great black cloud formed over Nova, bringing cold and sickness. The sun could not shine, and the air was gritty and foul-smelling. Many people died, including the queen at that time, and most of the high nobility, before the cloud finally dissipated. That sounds like magic. Over the mountains in the northeast lie the deserts of the Piraeus tribes, who are traditionally hostile to Nova, but too lacking in resources to mount a credible threat. Small groups of Pyrene raiders are sometimes found in Kegel and Sudbury. The domain of Terax, far to the south, has warred with Ixion off and on for centuries, even when both were part of the Novan Empire. Your grandmother assisted the Ixionites in putting down the last disagreement 32 years ago. Today is the procession and planting of the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there is no recovery. Hold on, I want to save. Can I save this? Yes. So, just in case I do the wrong thing. If we lose you, there's no recovery. Ah, man, I should have checked. I don't think my elegance is very well, so I've buffed flattery, court manners, and that. So I don't have. No, I think I did do speech, so I'll do the speech. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do work with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. Failed my elegance, failed my decoration. Oh well. At the end of the route, you help the priestess turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. After the blessings are read, you hold up your hands and call for silence so that you can speak. Oh yeah, public speaking. My affectionate greetings to you all, and my thanks, for it is the people that make this domain great. We are here today to celebrate the gifts of the Good Lady, the promise of fertility and new birth. Winter always comes, but winter is followed by spring. Each of us face hardships, but we grow back stronger than ever. Now's the time for new beginnings, and for my new beginnings as your queen. Your words are met with great applause. The procession regroups to return to the castle. Okay, so that didn't go too badly. No, what I want to do is willful and angry. Yeah, let's keep on boosting that, because I don't know what bonuses they have. Affected by willfulness, I don't know what that is. That means... So I've got massive boosts to that, so... Finish buffing those and then I'll start buffing my royal demeanor. Or intrigue! I need my intrigue, damn it! Gosh, why is it so dang hard to get intrigue? To get a buff to intrigue. And I buffed a royal demeanor. Alright. Yep, let's do this. Until about 600 years ago, the capital of Nova was on the shores of Cathay Lake in South Caloris. After that became uninhabitable. A new capital was built here on Lampsey Island. It was the chaos of that period which triggered the eventual collapse of the empire. So this is Novan history. The most famous ruler of ancient Nova was King Latimer. According to history texts, he began the policy of gathering light, which led to the predominance of the empire. Unfortunately, the texts don't explain what exactly that policy was. There's a reference, but that volume is missing. I think so gathering light would be gathering lumens? Oh well, I've maxed it out. You read about the northern continent, Borealis, where the first lumens in history were recorded, and how the discovery of magic shaped their development. You read about the 100-Year War, which left much of Borealis uninhabitable and created a power vacuum, which would eventually be filled by the growing power of Nova. Are you ready for the grand ball? All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp. Yeah, and I've failed my dancing, so I'm gonna be a mess. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Yep. Seeing yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run away and hide. Yeah, well, I need bonus to my presence. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kegel alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want, and you will not be denied. Intrigue and Hey! I thought I had buffed my court manners all the way to the top. What? What? No. Don't know who's good. I don't know. Someone scandalous. You don't want everyone assuming that whoever you pick first is your intended marriage partner, so why not make your choice as ridiculous as possible? With that in mind, you approach the Duchess of Ursel. You admit to yourself that you are hoping such an outrageous act would cause her to lose some of her composure, but she remains unruffled. At least the chorus of shocked whispered around you as you take your place on the floor is gratifying. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when and trip over your own feet. Oops! Yeah, I knew I was going to fall on my face. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. Oh man, now I'm hungry. Yes! I've passed that. You interact comfortably with your peers, leaving a wise word in every ear. During a lull in the music, Danion, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against the wine glass, letting a clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her bravery and courage keep our borders defended. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe novels that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sadbury, only months older than you, and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lila and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school and the absolute terror of the ball fields. No Bryony, she had said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here dancing together, the Duke consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. afraid that we're going to steal her from you, are we? Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. I want to know what that sense magic is. Ugh. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? Let's go willful and angry. Yep. So what's my mood? So my willful's up, so I need to be less cheerful. So I'll max out my foreign affairs and then world as well. Some more world.